Hello, my Libras. So this will be your October 12th to the end of the month reading. So I have these Moonology oracles, and I like to bring out your energy. And I realize this is backwards. My phone's mirroring is not the greatest. It doesn't mirror right. But anyway, I'll tell you what it says. It says Libra, I balance, and the number 19. So I'll take this and set it at the top of my reading table, and it kind of just helps me to bring your energy completely to my table. And I'll mainly be using the Barbieri Tarot, a few other decks for clarification as I see fit, or need. Alright, let's begin. Spirit, Venus, and all celestial bodies and our ancestors. Let's get a good read here and let's get a good start into this Libran reading. That's coming out. Where are we? Give me at least 2 more cards to start with. Wow, these things are acting crazy tonight. Almost as if they don't want to be used. Yeah. Okay, so I may not be using the Barbieri. It doesn't feel like it's wanting to read right now. Okay, my heart set full on that, but we'll use my Enchanted Creatures deck. That was a little odd. Does this one want to be used? There we go. She's coming together nicely now. That one's coming out for sure. Spirit, ancestral bodies. Can we get some cards to start? At least another 2. Give us a good look. One more shuffle and then we'll go all the way through here. Alright. So we have right under the Libra, we have the King of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. The King of Swords is reversed. The 7 of Wands is upright, and the 3 of Wands is reversed. So, basically, a King of Swords, he's very understanding of his element, which is air. So we see Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius here. But somebody's out of their element. Somebody's not living their true Libran balance. That's what it feels like. Or somebody's not stepping into the King of Swords powers, which is needed. The King of Swords upright would bring like wisdom of experience applied to fair decisions. They're very good. They're in their head a lot, but they're also very good at the way they think. They understand how they think, and they understand their motives and in their thoughts. And then we have the 7 of Wands. It's kind of a passion, but it also, it's like standing your ground, fighting off others. And then we have the 3 of Wands reversed. So for me, the 3 of Wands is setting things in motion or going ahead, but it's not happening. So something's being held up, something's not being put into motion here, and it's another passion. Or it's like a passion, definitely, as that's what the wands bring. So it's like a unity, a foresight. So it's understanding where you set in something. So it definitely seems like there's a lot of blockage here. But for this deck, the 7 of Wands, these are Valkyrie, and in Norse mythology, Valkyrie sweep over a battlefield to swoop up the souls of fallen Norsemen to take them to Valhalla. So it's the only thing. It seems like there's an internal issue here. Somebody's passion in their soul, like a passion in their total being, needs to be cleansed and taken to a better place. But we will move on. Can we get some clarification of this King of Swords? Why it's reversed? Why is the King of Swords 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 reversed? So we have the reversed Queen of Cups. So cups are emotion, relationships, feelings. The Queen kind of brings creativity and nurturing, especially the cups. So is there a need for this complete nurturing feeling, a nurturing relationship, very deep connected relationship? And it's just not common. It's almost like the message that the Valkyrie are bringing is that it needs to happen, but why isn't it happening? Why are the Valkyrie telling us that there's a need for a soul change here, a change in passion, a change in direction, a change in your karmic path? Why are they needing this? Why are they trying to swoop you up? Oh, I guess that's what's going to have to happen. The Ten of Pentacles. Complete stability, really, is what that feels like to me. Stability, financial settlement, family. There's a need for a stable family environment here. Very deep need for a stable family environment. Like a fulfillment in family environment. Oh, Wands. Can we clarify where this? There it is. The Fool. Wow, I've been using this deck for a long time, to be honest with you. I don't recall this card ever coming out in any official readings of this deck. This is our first time with it. So basically the Fool brings, innocence and freedom, originality. This also brings like a very deep start to a new cycle, which would kind of go along with what the Valkyries trying to pull them out of this battlefield, pull their soul and their whole being out of this battlefield that the Librans have themselves in, and taking them to the power or the energy of the Fool. Like, it's time to cut all this crap over here. Let's get something started new here deeply. Almost Fool can represent being younger, new, but I really feel like this is a new soul path. It's time to stop doing what you're doing and putting your whole being into it, because it's just not working for you. It is just completely wrecking everything you're doing. Let's continue. So along this King of Swords reverse, Queen of Cups, this need for emotional fulfillment, a need for a very understanding emotional person to really nurture you back to health. What's the resolution? What's the next step in this? Where does it go? Where does it lead? Can you help me with that, Spirit? We have the Page of Cups here. So, Page of Cups for me is kind of novelty, surprise, creativity. Pages are very young in their development of the suit and understanding of the suit, so kind of immaturity in the emotions in the relationship. So maybe, and with it being reversed, obviously I'm definitely putting a heavy stamp on the immaturity in the relationship. So maybe Libra or the person you're dealing with are extremely immature in the relationship zone, and it's almost like they are a player, or they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to run around and do whatever they want, or you want to have the freedom of being single, but you want to have the balance in that is to also have a place to go home and have your complete stability. But problem with that is they counteract each other. If you're out running around wanting to do single life, then you're not producing the stability yourself. You're not adding to the stability. You're adding to the instability. And until you realize that, this is a balance that even the Libra scales can't do, because they aren't even on this. It's like trying to balance the scale with a pound and an ounce. They're both units of measurement, but the pound and the ounce are never going to weigh each other out. They're always going to slam to one side. And in that, you're not actually balancing. You're creating unbalance, imbalance in everything. So I think you have to change the way you're seeing things here, and what you're putting on your scales are not comparable. Can we see how we move from the Seven of Wands, Ten of Pentacles? Can we get that, please, Spirit? There. Oh, wow. Spirit wants to give me 3 on this one. This must not be an easy process. So moving from that soul, that incompletion with the Seven of Wands, to wanting the family stability, the utter stability, you go to the Nine of Wands. So for me, the Nine of Wands is holding fast, ignoring others' opinions. Nines can also mean like accomplishment in a goal, but not quite complete fulfillment. Like you've accomplished where you need to go, and that will lead to fulfillment if continued to work on and kept in that space. So we also have this griffin right here. It's kind of on a perch, but it's got a sun out there, and it's kind of just looking out into the open, bright, wonderful world, ready to take that leap of faith and flight into, and take that flight into it's not even the unknown, it's what you know. They're like afraid. It seems like it's just standing there or sitting there. It doesn't want to move out of that space that it's currently in. So it's almost like you're afraid to take the next step, or to move into what you know you want with who you want. But for some reason you're fearing it. Maybe some past involvement that just makes you feel like it's not worth it. But then we also have the Five of Wands. There's a lot of passion here, I'm starting to notice, and a ton of it. There's more passion than anything on here. But anyway, Five of Wands, we're looking at confusion, argument. So there we go. You probably feel like there's a lot of confusion and arguments around this movement towards the Ten of Pentacles that you want. So you must have somebody in mind, I should say. And you've, with this confusion and argument, lends itself to somebody from your past that you've dealt with before. Like, you really want them, but you're afraid to do it because you don't want their past to repeat itself. Then we have the High Priest. So the High Priest is just, on this deck, it's basically the Hierophant. In this deck, it's called the High Priest. So the Hierophant is kind of tradition, education, belief systems, conformity, group identification. So you got to identify as a group and stop identifying as a single person. You can't be in a family environment and identify as an individual, like a complete individual. You should still have your own individuality, but your individuality should always take a backseat to the group. And I think that's what this is saying. When you realize that your individuality within the group is what makes the group a piece of it, you're a portion of it, a cog, you're a working piece of the group. Without you, the group is nothing. Just the same as other pieces in the group, other people, other involvements in the group. Without those, the group is nothing. So if you want to make a stable family life, you live more of an individual, you live more in your individual side, you're taking yourself out of that stability and you're creating instability in it. So what you want, the stable life you want, you're actually tearing it apart by taking yourself out of it and considering yourself more often than the whole group or the group as a whole. So if you truly want this Ten of Pentacles, this family life, this group life, you have to take the leap of faith and fully immerse yourself in it. Because if you continue to remove yourself as an individual, you're just tearing down what you're wanting. You have to figure that out and understand that without you, the group is nothing. There cannot be a stable Ten of Pentacles life if you're not going to put yourself as part of that Ten of Pentacles. If you're consistently removing yourself, you're just breaking it down. And it's never going to be stable. It's never going to come to fruition. And it's never going to move forward. So Libra, you have to choose one way or another. And I know, Libra, you guys have the hardest time making choices. But what's more important? You live in 100% individual life, or your individuality, or this Ten of Pentacles that you yearn for. You have to make that decision, and once you do, you have to make it a real decision. You can't lie about it because it'll still break down. You'll still pull yourself down, and it's not like the people in the relationship or the home could have an effect. But I'm telling you right now, once you remove yourself, you will always break it down. No matter what, you're breaking it down. So stop removing yourself, give it a chance, or remove yourself completely and forget about it and move on to something else. That was the Ten of Pentacles. So we will stack these up here because I want to bring down to the Fool. So how do we start this? How does Libra begin this new deep path, Spirit? That's it right there. The Seven of Cups. Stop getting distracted. So this cup means getting distracted, but I'm telling you, and my own intuition, what I'm being told here is to stop getting distracted by other crap that don't make no sense. Just not really paying attention to the beautiful surroundings in this. They're more worried about how full their cup is instead of just worrying about their surroundings. And she's in this lake, and just stop worrying about it. There's an abundance around you, and you trying to manifest a love or compassion or relationship. You just need to chill, and there's an abundance around you. It's gonna happen. Just let it go. Let it flow like this river. Let it flow naturally, and it will happen. So, just for reiteration, I also use runes here. I'll cast a couple across these and see what we get. Calling upon you. Give me a few runes here to work with just to kind of see if we can reiterate these points. The face down ones become irrelevant, so I'm going through currently looking for any and removing them. Alright, so we have right here, and it's just off below the Page of Cups reversed and to the left of the Five of Wands. This rune is Ophelia. What's a portion of it? It's a part of Ophelia. It's retreat, separation, inheritance. Wow. Could be an inheritance on the way for you, Libra. Or a retreat even further inside yourself. Which isn't a bad thing if you're going to go and retreat inside yourself for contemplation and self-contemplation. Then we have this rune here. This one is Perth. And it's supposed to go left to right with the open mouth, but the open mouth is down. Doesn't necessarily mean it's reverse or anything. It may as well, and it's sitting on, the Hierophant. And this is initiation, something hidden, a secret. Somebody's got a secret buried. Possibly you, Libra. What's your secret? Or somebody you're dealing with has a secret. But it's the Emperor, it's not the Emperor, but it's the Hierophant, and that's a Taurean energy. So maybe you're keeping secrets from a Taurus, or somebody with it in their chart, or maybe you're keeping a secret about your home, or somebody from your home is keeping a secret from you. It's definitely there, though. Could be just something hidden, I guess. Maybe your own understanding of yourself. It could also mean initiation, which the Hierophant would bring that. In traditional institutions, traditional values, convention, conformity. I think maybe the conformity, like you're unwilling to you're unwilling to join the collective wholly, and you want to remain individual. And I think that's kind of where you're being blocked out. And then on the Ten of Pentacles, we have these three little dwarven characters moving from right to left, and this was kind of just sitting in front of them, almost like a stone or a block. Um, and that is harvest for fertile season. So harvesting, and they are kind of down in the deep dungeons, but they've got a lot of gold, some picks, and they're definitely harvesting, um, you know, things from the ground. It looks like a big old cart of gold. So something of value they're harvesting, uh, and it looks like they're moving towards it. They're almost on top of this new harvest. Something is about to pay dividends. Something's about to pay off, or you're going to get some sort of enlightenment of something that is going to be of value. It's coming. Like these dwarfs are right here. They're right on top of it. So that's what I'm getting from that. We have the Three of Wands, and the character on here, it is reversed, but this rune fell directly on its face, almost covering its headspace. So we'll see. And that rune is Wunsho, and that's joy and light. So it's covering their face. Joy and light is all. It's the joy and light's right in your face. Has been. You're not seeing it. There's something that can bring you a lot of joy and a lot of light. It's right there in front of you. Why aren't you seeing it? And then way off to the side here, and not on any of them, it's a good 3 to 4 inches off this side, off the leftmost card, is the rune Soelo, and its wholeness, life force, the sun's energy. So, and it's up perfectly upright. So it's just there's a wholeness, there's a life force that's just off of your story here. It's just kind of just barely outside your view. Just widen your view. Kind of look a little bit more out the box, a little bit further out. Stop being so tunnel vision onto all your problems and everything that's going on. Look just slightly outside of them, and you may see what you're looking for. I'll do a direct pull for 3 and see what Odin has to tell you. So these will all be read upright. I'm going to stack them on Libra's card. And we have, sometimes I like to look at these and see what kind of feeling I get just from looking at the runes before I read their real meanings or their defined meanings. So we have Rado. Then we have Kanoisa. And then we have Ophelia again. This is the full Ophelia though. So we have retreat, or we'll start from left to right actually. So we have Rado, and it's definitely an R, and like I said, I put it upright. So we have a journey, communication, union, reunion. So there's some sort of movement towards our union or a reunion. So some sort of new relationship, or renewing a relationship. And then we have opening a standstill. So you're at a standstill, but like opening it up. So it seems like it's gonna open up. It's in the process. So that's why we're getting the combination of Kano Isa. It's because this standstill is still a standstill, but it's definitely on its way to opening up. And then we have the Ophelia, which is a retreat, separation, inheritance, and there's that inheritance coming again. And I've seen there's been a few indications of some sort of inheritance. Somehow we're getting some money from something family oriented. Kind of crazy. It really is. So yeah, keep your head up. Look outside the box. Understand what you want is within you, in your own involvement and commitment So stop being so non-committal and understand that if you want to be a family, you must commit to a family. You cannot be an individual, 100% individual, single person type, and get your stability of a family. You're just they're opposite of each other. You leave one for the other. So you can't live both. This is something even the Libra scales will never balance. And once you understand that, you'll have the clarity to make the decision that really matters to you. So again, I'm Moronos Divinity. I appreciate your time. And good luck. And namaste.